Got business receipts? Let me welcome already God to the magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Here we discuss the truth. We are not here to behave if to say we are the masters. This morning, I want to bring you three clips so you can be the judge. But before we start, let me entertain you a little bit.
I want you to go straight to the issue. Yes. We get few questions to ask you. Yes. The first question. No, leaving. The first question is, how did you carry on this operation, and who really sent you?
I said Daniel Wisdom was the one who sent me.
From which of the area?
From Baribo, Takoli Camp on the Gold Feed, there where he is.
Tapolin Camp,
Yes.
Barubu.
Yes.
Okay. Then what was the next person who when you ready carry on the action?
It was Open Zippo.
He found insurance.
Yeah, in short, man, he taking drugs.
I mean, did that thing. Let's go to the story, brother. Open Zippo.
Yes.
Yeah, Open Zippo from Plibo.
Yes.
And who again?
This Clement.
Yeah.
You not know about it.
Yeah.
So he met her on the
How you call the guy phone in the guy who came from Bulubu there?
Frank Sinclair.
Okay, Francis Clark. Okay.
He was not know about it. So he was on a village and the people in the town. So when he was coming back now, like he saw us. So he asked, he said, what are you doing here? I said, oh, bro, nothing we doing. He said, no. Sonny believe you can. But he believe what I am doing in the bridge. I said, no, I'm not going in the restroom. So he began to search. When he reached the village, the man was standing up. Now he saw the body under the pump. So he came to me on the road. He said, I'm wishing the town to report the case. Now I said, bro, I'm begging you, don't go in the town. So he said, okay, what you give me so I can help you to do what I can do, so I can help that man to do what I can do, then I can go quick. Now I said, oh, that man can kill that man to take blood from him and some part. And it's some flesh on his stomach. So then he said, okay, what you found from me? I took all the out of 8,300, I took all 7,000 and give it to the fencing flag. Right?
How many thousand?
LD.
Okay, 7,000 LD.
So that he went back. I didn't want on the road. So that he went back here.
So what's your full name?
I'm Moses.
Moses what?
Moses Lama.
Moses Blama.
Lama.
Okay, Blama.
Lama. ML is Lama.
Oh, Mlama?
Yes.
Oh, MLA.
Yeah.
MA.
MLA.
Okay, MA, sure. Moses Mlama. Okay. Which school you attending, Moses?
Simply who have 7 semesters was really Baptist school.
What becomes of the lady that saw you with the blood between your legs when you went to Mbadi?
Yes, by that time now, they Obi man, after they finish the class, Obi say he won't grab behind the bike. So he won't take the free road to get on the main road to take Bodoba and go eat them. I said, alright, you can go. So he had the cutlass with him, including the net and the pipes, and he went with it. He was going, then the fence climbing in Josh, and the face, he left and went.
Okay. So how you came with you came with a group of people?
No.
Then how they put man to identify the body? Those are arrested you, that main group are discussing.
The time people left. Now, because me, I was not able to have spirit now. So that I went in the town, in the shop. I went to buy biscuit and carao, but there was no biscuit. So I went to buy the carao, it was in my pocket. So that little woman asked me, she said, why didn't you get blood when I read food? I said, no. Baby cow, I get a blood that flash on or something. But I look at it. So she told 3 guys from the town. The man reached to me. So after the time they reached to me, I said, oh, man, Moses, she saw blood everywhere. I said, yeah, it's true, she saw blood. And the blood stomach. I even went there from there. So they said, why get blood? I said, oh, that's big cow. Because the women, they full of blood. So we went on halfway. They said, that was so you can share a big cow. I went on the halfway now. Oh, God, the men they know me, I was living in the town there. So I said, oh, bro, I'm begging you. they think, yeah, now me do it too, and they stepping me. Like him up being a kid on everywhere this morning, they say, where I say, when it happened, now I'm carrying it, I'm shooting it. So they hold me and say,
You said you appointed family members for specialized skill sets. Your son, Robert Sirleaf, was appointed chairman of Liberia's national oil company. That company went bankrupt and 30 to 40 million US dollars disappeared. What special skill set did he bring to national oil company?
No. First of all, let me just say, what you just said is a blatant lie. L-I-E, lie. You go look at the records. There is nothing about that company going bankrupt.
So there were no problems at all at National Oil Company?
The National Oil Company ran into because the two companies that were trying to exploit for oil, ExxonMobil and Chevron, could not find oil. They pulled out, and that meant that this company could not continue. It's as simple as that. And the record is clear on
How about the Liberia Central Bank? You appointed your son Charles Sirleaf as deputy governor there. You suspended him. You suspended him for failing to declare his assets. And 2 months ago, he was ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of US dollars. Did you know he was doing that?
Well, I didn't know you wanted to have an interview just to come out with outrageous statements. I mean,
I'm confused. Was he not?
Should never, no. I thought you.
Hold on, has he not been held in jail? Is that wrong? Has he not been held in jail?
That is not true. That is not true. He was unjustifiably, illegally charged. But anyway,
so he was charged. I mean, that's your opinion. You're his mother. Obviously, you're not going to agree with the charges. I'm just asking you to comment on him being held for trial. You're saying that didn't happen. Please.
No, you're not. No. What you're trying to do is showmanship now. That's what you're trying to do. We don't need that. We need to have a civil exchange.
I'm very civil. I asked a very simple question. You accuse me of making up things. I haven't accused you of anything. I simply asked, your son has been ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of dollars. What's your reaction to that? There's nothing uncivil about that question.
Look, our system requires that when we have a case under the jurisdiction of the court, we're not supposed to talk about it until that matter is settled by the courts. So you're trying to make me do things that are not right and not legal. Please don't do that.
Costa, built off versus Henry Costa. It is not built off versus Henry Costa. It is those Liberian people that Henry Costa being falsely accusing as murderers, as thieves, and he goes with impunity. And he feels free to say anything to anybody, and then nothing happened to him. I'm doing this for the Liberian people to know that nobody can sit in the comfort zone of the United States of America and endanger the lives of other people. Okay. I'm doing this for my daughter, Margaret, or Mawen, so that Mawen will not call me and say, Daddy, did you kill Uncle Emmanuel? Why did you do that? And I'll ask Mawen, what's your choice? She said, I heard one Henry Costa saying, you killed Uncle Emmanuel. And I will tell my daughter, they fought a decade of war in Liberia. I did not join any warring faction. Nobody has seen me with gun before in my life. Uncle Emmanuel and I have breakfast together every morning. Here I have never fought in our over 20 years of friendship. But somebody to sit down in the comfort zone of America and embarrass you. I'm doing it for my daughter. That when she go to school, they tell her, your father is a murderer in Liberia, right? And she cries and go back home and does not want to go back to school. I'm doing it for her. So that the people know that I have never killed anybody. More than 4 persons died in Henry Costa connected me to the death of those 4 persons.
Yeah, we were actually about that because your name too has been mentioned. They say you did all you did.
I did all the killings. So I want Henry Costa to prove to the entire world, and you'll be helping Liberia to prove that I did no killings. I could be prosecuted, so I'm looking for my own case.
Will you appear before the court in the States, or you use your lawyers?
My lawyers are there, and they are prepared to take on the case. If need be, I'll go to the court with my daughter, so that she can tell the court the embarrassment that Henry Costa had caused to her. She only 14-year-old. Daddy, did you kill? Why did you kill the man and the woman in the car? Who are they?
You mean she has asked before?
Several occasions. For every time Henry Costa talked anything about me in the past, she would come and ask me, Daddy, why did you do this? Like the first one that the first time asked me was Henry Costa said, I was detained in Belgium. That Bildo had been arrested, he detained in Belgium. She called me. I was in the living room of Bagobel Senior. I have to pour her on wax oil and tell her, say, I'm in the company of the president. I have not been arrested. I have to get outside with Carrasco to do a live video that I am in Liberia. I have not been arrested in Belgium.
Which you shouldn't have gone through that.
I shouldn't have gone through that. So I want Henry Costa and others who feel that they can castigate you, they can say any evil about you, without no proof, but probably just to harm your character. I'm also doing it because those people who are said to be the family member of those that Henry Costa say I killed, who know my life is in danger. And then I'll retaliate on that man that killed my uncle. I'll retaliate on the man that killed my father. Because Henry Costa has said, I killed them. Right now, I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
So that's why I want to quote. I want to quote not because of me, but because the many ministers
have been falsely
accused. So that people can stop accusing them falsely.
You, including Minister Natana Magill, Minister Twe, Chief of Protocol, Fina Bondo, there have been these allegations of you people depriving people of meeting the president. You build that boundary or something around the president that no one has the right.
Love to this music right now. You know, that guy is a joker. That was Sakba Bamilo. You know, folks, Mo Ali have done a great thing. Mo Ali have gone to the girl parents and he have promised that he will never, that he have learned his lesson. Now, as I learned that most of you guys are going castigating that girl, that is absolutely wrong. The girl that Mo Ali impregnated. The girl was in the custody of the gender ministry. That ministry have to escort that girl to the police stations before for the girl to withdraw, because she have previously went to the police stations. She disorganized, she disabled her Facebook page. That girl, Agostina, went to the police stations to go lodge Mo Ali complaint of threatening statements. The girl was able to provide the factual information. On that note, the police decided to seize that case. Now, that is one of our talking points here this morning. One of our talking points, do you guys remember when the police, the EPS guy, Melvin, was killed? Did you guys remember Melvin was killed? And I'll be bringing that clip, the last clip that Melvin made, the last call that Melvin made to his wife. I'll be bringing that clip this morning. Also, the Joker CDC chairman, there are some news that name Mama Molu served as pastor in the past. I'm here to bring you that factual information to us. It's not me that's saying it. Someone who else, Mama Molu, someone who he was living with, that person went to the police station and to the radio stations. Musad Hassan Belete radio station, and the guy confessed it. So those are our talking point. Then the massive destructions in Nimba County, Musa Hassan Belete has promised to bring peace. And that is the reason why we have his pictures behind us. But before that, let's go into the first clip. Some news that you will hear about Mobaki Molu, you will not believe it.
Okay, let me say good afternoon and a very warm welcome to this special interview with Omer Dada Yeke, who claims to be a former friend of the now chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Molba Molu, but is claiming that he has been abandoned by Molba Molu, quote unquote, allegedly abandoned by Molba Molu. He walked this afternoon to Ria TV studio to explain his story. So I'd like to say, Omer Dada Yeke, good evening, welcome to you. Are now live on Ria TV.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. So just go ahead now, call your name.
I'm Dada Yeke. Okay.
From where?
From Diporo, present.
Okay.
Diporo, present.
Presently, how long you been living in the Duporo area?
I've been living there from last year up to now.
All right. What brought you to this TV station this afternoon?
What brought me to the station is that what mother did to me is very much ungrateful. When I did that in the morning, my heart can go there. I've been thinking, what?
Why you say Mama Modu is ungrateful?
Yes.
You know him?
Mama Modu and myself lived together for many years, from Chatterton to Eddie-Town. He and myself go together.
You all lived together where?
In Ghanaville, right behind MTA.
Okay.
MTA. in Jim Lamakat, former Senator Cat, portrait. Umahin, I was working there, allows him maybe to be a caretaker of the whole portrait.
Now, explain, how did you get to know Mother Molu?
After I get the whole place, and I walk on the road one day, and I saw Mother Molu in a power shop, right to the junction of Jesus Factory. He have a power shop there with a zinc around it.
He used to have a barber shop?
Yes. That was his living.
What year? You can remember what year is that? Was that?
I think when Cathy lived right now.
Oh, it's a long time. But you say Mama Molu used to barb at Chicken Factory Junction?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get in contact with Mama Molu? Are you in? Do you have a relationship with him?
No, I used to go there. And I know him. I knew that he was a lawman. I'm a lawman man. Okay? So when I got up there, I went to him and said, man, what happened? I got a play. Come and see the play. He went there to see the play, and he one of the storeroom where we used to keep the chicken feet. He was there.
You say you gave him a storeroom?
Yeah.
Mother Molu, the chairman of the CDC, said you once lived in a storeroom?
Yes, at the Tato.
Which part of Ghana is that?
Ghana, I said right behind MTA. That car road I go all the way beyond MTA.
And you gave him one room there, storeroom?
Yes, he must have.
Okay.
He was living there.
Continue the story.
Okay. He was living. Then my wife and myself, we didn't make no fuss. Nothing. The brown people were here. We made no fuss. Nothing.
Let me get a clarity.
Yes.
When you gave him that storeroom, allegedly behind MTA, how long he lived in that storeroom?
We lived there almost a year. Okay. Yes, brother. Yes.
So what was he doing there in that storeroom? What was he doing? What was his life like?
He left like when you from there, you go to a power shack. From a power shack, he come home. That's what he's exactly doing. You are not doing all the work. Like making garden, all the things.
But you say you were the main breadwinner.
Yes.
Yes. Explain that.
The breadwinner when white left with all my children, I was frustrated. Okay? I run after her for her to come home soon. It was not easy for her to come. So I don't want sometimes I used to buy rice or couple rice for here myself to eat. I thought I get his dog to burn. I get his dog, puppy dog to burn for me to go sell it. While he burn it, I go to you for to go make contact for people to come and buy pieces.
By the time you were in school?
Nothing more interesting to me of the interview. Besides when the old man said, puppy dog. The interview interesting. Puppy dog, mama came on a puppy dog. Look, forget me for that, bro. Puppy dog, we buy puppy dog. The man say that. The man said that. Mobile came on the buying puppy dog. Yeah. This is interesting story. So let's come to more Ali issue. You know, I will urge every one of you for you guys to take it easy with the girl. You know, Agostina, she need to be taking her treatment. That's her first pregnancy, so she is to be treated with care. But let her hear from the mother, and then from there we'll take one more story, and then
As I speak right now, Agostina has even left home and she's in Harlem to one of her friends. There she said she's afraid. So we honored the call. He gave us some of the family members' number, the older sister. When I talked to her, she said yes, it is true and we need the ministry's intervention. So we contacted her, we took Agostina grave from where she was and we placed her in a safe space. But when she came, she said the same thing, that, you know, she was threatened that if she doesn't abort the pregnancy, she officially complained that, you know, she has been harassed, you know, to abort her pregnancy. And based on the numerous calls she was receiving, she felt that, you know, she needed to go into hiding. She was afraid. So she reported in the Ministry of Gender Place, and we've been providing psychosocial counseling for her and support for her. I at this time, I want to use this medium and opportunity to say a very big thank you to everyone who was supporting Agostina Gray on the social media because she was actually going through this trauma, and the counselor kept counseling her. But one thing we did not do was social media, because we do not want, after all the counseling, she comes back and then open her page or start to go on the social media, then she start to see all those things that are being said. But I can say that a lot of people have come to support her. I want to extend our thanks and appreciation to those people. And then also, we want to urge the public, Agostina has to start her prenatal treatment. We are urging the public to please treat her with the same level of respect, respect her privacy, and we all continue to support her. It's not easy to carry pregnant. Mother will understand, at least to talk about the first pregnancy. Then you have to see your name in the media and everywhere. It's not easy. It's tough, and we expect some support from the public and everyone else. I have with me the mother and the sister. Maybe they could say, much about how they feel.
So, Madam Minister, are you telling us that despite Mo Ali Ekan, you people are still?
We are here with the parents because the parents called us yesterday, informing us that Mo Ali had visited them along with some other, to abort pregnancy. He said he have learned his lessons. In fact, he's not going to coerce her anymore, and that he's going to take full responsibility of the pregnancy and the child. So they have come to the police station today because she was in our care, and since she is an adult, the police requested that she be here herself to be able to withdraw her case because there was a formal complaint. So we came along with her so that she can, officially withdraw her case, because she had complained that Mo Ali had threatened that he would not support the pregnancy or he would deny it if she keeps the pregnancy. And also she felt afraid, being that, this name is a big name, and he's giving her instruction and calling her and coercing her. She felt maybe her life would have been at risk, so she had to go into hiding, and we told her we've been providing support for her ever since. So that's the basis for which we are here today.
So your presence here today is to withdraw the complaint from the police?
My presence here is to make her available because the parent had entrusted her with us. She has been in our care, and so she needed to be, her living body needed to be here since she is an adult, to withdraw her complaint. And so that's the reason for which I am here. But the mother is here and the sister is also here.
So, Madam, why are you people here for today?
First of all, I want to tell the Almighty God thank you. I tell you thank you for your life. I bless the Almighty God for you so much for the battle that He can be fighting for me. Battle that men cannot fight, as the battle God always fighting for me. I tell God thank you. And I tell the Ministry of Gender thank you also. My name is Ruth Bellon Gray, commonly known as Abuma in West Point.
Okay, so how you feel right now?
Mo Ali did a generous thing, a thing that any other man would do, in reaching to the girl parents, informing them that he was the doer of the act, that he is the doer of the act, that he take full responsibility of the girl pregnancy, and even up to her birth, or up to the childbirth. That was, hardly appreciated by some of us who are friends to Mo Ali, because pregnancy is come from God. Although you're the one that doing it, but that was what I expected for Mo Ali to do from the previous state, but not to go to threatening. But like the gender minister said, that Mo Ali said that he have learned his lesson. So we'll leave it as that. If you want to call, you can call here, and then we'll be able to take your call. But before that, let us bring you one story before we go to our forum. This was the last clip the last recording from Melvin. Before Melvin was killed, this was the last recording. After he had taken the president and Finabono pictures, after Finabono has seen him and reported that to the president immediately called the EPS director to have this guy disrobed. Melvin was automatically disrobed. They disrupted him. And then the guys that disrupted Melvin, the guys that went back, they went to go make their report. In making that report, they said that they left Melvin. They only took his arm and all the equipment from him. Now, the EPS directors gave a minute to go and kill him. Listen to the story. Listen.
Melvin? What going on now?
What going on?
Yeah.
Oh.
You honor attack? They tie you up? Or what kind of attack? Or you on assignment? You know? Eh?
No, shut me.
But then I understanding you. But I'm very understanding you. Making me, I'm a hope I didn't know me to me.
No, it's not attack. On attack. Won't kill me. Who will kill me?
The man saying the people want to kill me, but he was afraid to speak. The guy was trained by Ellen Justice League. The guy spent 12 years plus additionals 3 years in the EPS. So the guy was speaking in court. The guy was speaking in court. Listen.
Kill me. What will kill me? I'm attack. I'm serious.
What happened?
What? Who will call you? He call you.
Eh?
What happened? What's going on?
And I start going on? Eh? How is that going on now? Hello?
What?
How is that going on? You enter a attack pack, they tap you or they
stop? They're attacking you physically.
That was Melvin. That was Melvin's voice. That was Melvin. Before he was shot, after this guy was disrupted, Melvin decided to escape. That during the escape, the thing that blessed Melvin, the thing that blessed him that he had to record was the last phone that the guy had on him was a button phone. That was the phone that Melvin had that he had to call his wife. Now listen.
How about you have me in our second? Yeah. How about you have a call? We'll call. I cheated there. Who did call?
What did you say?
It's that the male wife, she not even understanding. That's what it shows. This clip shows that the male wife is not even understanding him at all. The man say, "Oh, let's go," and then she say, "Hey, hey, what you say? Hey."
So you think my chest are hurting?
Look.
What happened to me? No. What did you want happened to you?
You'll be free. Things will be okay by the way.
Oh. Yeah, the message that government, that's government. That the government are after me, that's the government.
Waste my time.
How you say they're getting ready to kill you? If you're gonna tell you packing the money so now, what are you talking?
All right. That's all. Before that, let us read the clip. Now they have buried Melvin. They have buried Melvin. Melvin has been buried by the government. Although the family went there. They hear what the wife have to, the wife of Melvin. Oh yeah.
You're free to use a firearm. The issue.
Shot the 30 times here is the hair. I'm not waiting up. Nothing I can happen. Someone who shot the 30 times.
EPS officer.
Shot the 30 times. See your head.
Who the government lied on.
And I know about gun because someone shot herself twice in the head, then I had to stay at this.
See your folks. It is okay.
I need justice. The American government has been. I need justice for my husband. I need justice for my husband. In this country, you cannot talk when something happened to you. They say you shouldn't talk. I thought today I know what will happen, but I trust in God. That my husband did not kill himself. If my husband killed himself, let evidence show. That my husband killed himself. My husband cannot kill himself. After you just pay for a vehicle for me, then the next day you go on the county tour and leave me young that they just got married in October. Then you say shut himself. My husband cannot shut himself. If my husband shot this, then I prove the evidence. I need the American government that treat my husband. That when they say he on treating, they're not getting your perfect treating for him to shot this. I need proof. I need proof in this country that my husband did not kill himself. Justice. I need justice. I need justice.
Representative Jato,
I need justice. I need justice for my husband.
Now, that's the woman that's in hiding. The woman have finally come out. The wife of Melvin, she have finally come out. She say, anything that the government want to do, let it go ahead to do it. But she have decided to come out. Now the killing that went on in Maryland, as the police said they investigating, as they come out with the investigations, Murphy Innes, have they come up with Murphy Innes investigations? Have they come out with the 3 boys that get missing? The 3 boys that get missing, have the government come out with the 3 boys investigations? Liberia is a place, it's not a country. A place is different from a country. Liberia is a place. So keep your call coming down on 215-57-1050 or 215-824-8124. Liberia is a place. It is not a country. I play you the 3 clips. I play you Melvin's voice. I was able to bring you Melvin's wife. And so, what more that you want? You now call or forever hold your peace. Whatsoever that you want to discuss this morning, call here. Let's take our first caller. Caller, what is the name and what are you calling from?
Good morning, Abraham. This is Evangeline. calling from state of Iowa.
Sister Virginia, go ahead.
Yes. I remember a few days ago we were on your show, and Mr. Alfonso CEO and other people came on blasting women who were talking about this lady case without even really understanding what we were saying about the young lady in question with Mo Ali. And these are the things I was angry about. Let it be chasing unnecessary, things are important, not witch hunting people. Since the regime came on, 2017-18, people dying from the 16 billion. Matthew Inix, the security that work with the driver, it been going on back to back killing. I never seen this much killing back to back like this. After that, the 4 auditors. After that, the 3 boys still missing. The ESP. Capo, and I don't know how they call the young guy, that the security guy, that this guy Kessley killed, allegedly killed. It's like the other police officer in Grand Gide at the gold or diamond mine. The young boy that died in the human sacrifice. Yesterday again, they killed somebody on a father, husband, child, human being, and roasted him with acid. And up to this time, I don't hear Alfonso CEO then talking about these things. This is where my uncle comes from, and I'm not going to rest. 2 days ago, a lady called me in my community. Oh, you see what Costa did? He went, that nonsense. She tried to convince me to stop watching Costa. And I told her, I'm sorry, sister. I'm not going to. Because those that are supporting the government, so-called journalists, they're not talking.
They're not talking.
A human being thing.
They're not talking at all.
How they will benefit. When we talking about, I'm not here to glorify what Mo Ali did. He was wrong for what he did. But y'all shouldn't just take an issue and put it all these women that are being raped on her age. This girl, I know he's a leader. He's not supposed to tell somebody or manipulate or girl to be like young girl to say, go take a pregnancy. But AB, when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I finished high school at the age of 18 in Ghana. And I came to Abidjan. I was at the university. I was a grown 18-year-old woman. So when you come to me as a man, whether you Godfather or God heaven, tell me, I want you, I'll tell you, go to hell. Either God, if I plan to love to you and you pregnant me, you tell me to take a better, I tell you to hell with you. And I drop my phone. I don't go recording you. I don't go. Then she went to the.
But the girl were recording for evidence because what Mo Ali did, what she and Mo Ali, what Mo Ali said to her, then she decided not to start recording Mo Ali.
Oh, okay. And she was right for doing it because he's a big person, because in Liberia they quit to kill people. So for that, I would have done it, maybe. But that wasn't my issue too much. We all should be talking about this. But what I'm saying to these ruling party, so-called Facebook journalists, when it comes to other people that in the government doing wrong or killing or the killing of people, yet they criticize the government that they're not doing.
But what the government have done in Matthew Innes' report, have you heard the police spokesman talking about it?
Nothing. You see people city running with the other case than because it's Mo Ali. 1 week before that, before the young girl case came up, they told Mo Ali to come to the police station. So all the opposition leaders went following. Okay, the guy intimidated our panic and they realized it. So they said, okay, what next? Okay, you gotta look for another story. And that's how we see it. It's like witch hunting people, the real crime, killing. This girl, if Mo Ali was going to rape her, I will be on Mo Ali back and putting him in a place.
But the police asked again. The police asked again. Did he rape you? She said no. Did he harass you? She said no.
Piso said he went and called Patrick Sulu to go investigate. Patrick Sulu went and called this about other crime than a be person who don't hear her calling people. But this one, the 20-year-old woman that slept with somebody, because some of the young girls, I'm not excusing, but I know some girls my age group during that time, they were just hustling. Oh yeah, I want things. I want Dr. Bisha to help me build my, and some people take advantage of the young girls. And that is wrong. But what I'm saying, my argument here or my concern is this law should apply to everybody across Liberia. Whether you in the opposition, whether you in you ruling party, whether you neutral, when somebody does something and touch people, children, they should be penalized. It shouldn't be just more Ali. So for me, as a person sitting on the side, I will see it like witch hunting. It's when you don't talk about other crime, only when opposition people does something, that's when you start flexing your muscle. With all the killing that going on, with all the rape that going on, you'll see Howard Menster on her show every night crying the young girl. Even much some of us go against they get how they call her Justina Taylor say, oh, she not raped like we were there. We telling her she not raped. See, this young women was saying, oh, the woman lie. But they all story they running with it. Then there's somebody being killed yesterday. They went and put acid on the man and burn him, and the whole town stay quiet. All the media,
the media institution in Liberia, none of them have reported that.
Hypocrite, they buy them money, brown envelope going on. So I don't listen to it like my young brother, like what they call him, Sunday Flomo, Jane Flomo. Jane Flomo, you can see that somebody in America you're paying. I don't want to call the name, but I know they're giving him money to report. He's just a buyer. So I'm not even the only time you'll see that little boy being rude is when he run to Yeke off and Yeke put him in a place the other day, and I thank Yeke for that. Same way when Yeke went to Grand Jide, oh, he went and cast job we are. So cast down, that's a crime. You see, things, real issue that we're supposed to be talking about. Instead of you being less basic and witch hunting people, you're just solve real crime. If I'm the general minister and I'm not doing my work, reshuffle me. Say, okay, 6 people, go on their side. Maybe you're not good at the other job. Bring somebody else's in. Patrick Sulu, you're not doing your job. Sue on their part. But you're just like, we are don't criticize nothing. He goes on as usual, and these people are so used to killing now. They say, oh, Liberian people just talk the next day, and that's exactly what we can do. What I am begging all of you on social media activists, I'm begging you to take all these pictures, put it on a placard, and take it to Washington, D.C. Even if that one person have to go, I don't mind wearing panty and bra and standing just to draw attention in front of the Congress. This killing thing is not going to stop because they feel that nothing coming out of it. Oh, just talk emotionally the next day. They see what they call him, Jefferson Koji. Every day your knee have to be in depth. Every day, the last time they brought in on Small TV that is bought and Small TV bias or about 6 because they feel that nothing coming out of it.
Let's check on next call. Cora, what is the name and where are you calling her from?
Yeah, hi, Brian. This is T calling from New Jersey.
D.
Hello? Yes, T.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Brian, yesterday I was watching, I think it was Front Page Africa. And I'm a little bit disturbed. My reason I've been disturbed, the girl and Mo Ali, they both of them had a relationship.
Yes.
She a young lady, although he older, but they both of them consenting adult.
Okay.
And they had a relationship where led to pregnancy. Now I'm against the fact that he's telling her to have abortion. That should be her choice, right?
Yes.
But I think the mother of this child too, I don't know. I understand, like I said, I always sympathize with these people back home because maybe the mentality and the thinking that will lead them into situation. Because if the mother knew, right, not to disrespect her, she would not go to the gender ministry for them to have a press conference and make her daughter out as statistic over the flag they putting together for political purpose. You understand what I'm saying? My thing is, there's so many other little girls that in our country being raped, and so many other little girls are sleeping with older men as we speak. You understand? And some of them not agreeing to do it and against their will. So, peace of time as a woman for America, who children in America, who going to school, who living off our taxes, and she know the system in this country. That among all the young girls and young women in Liberia, that's the only kids they see to hold on to. That's what people need to ask these people.
I mean,
because it's wrong.
I will agree to you for what you are saying, but look, Pisota, her children is not in Liberia. She having all her children here.
Yes.
So for me, I see that to be more negligent on Mo Ali part.
Yes.
Because Mo Ali was not going to tell that guy. When the guy said the reason why she went to the police stations, that the guy went to the police station and you can tell from the clip that Mo asked her, where are you? She tell Mo that I am at the stations.
Yes.
So she said the reason why she went to the station, because Mo Ali have threatened her that he would not support the pregnancy.
Okay.
And so that was the reason why she went to the police station.
Okay, but April, this is my thing though. I know Mo Ali is a public figure. That's what is going the way it's going, right?
Yes.
There's so many other little children in our country knocking a ball. Where people pregnant, children, the children have the children and they're bonded. And even some of those ministers in the past and present. You understand? If the gender minister want to do something, the girl already said it was not rape, they were relationship. I'm not going to waste my time or my resources on that case. If the opposition and the CPP or whatever cannot make a press statement for Mo Ali to resign or whatever, that on them. But we got other cases.
But that case not worth resigning.
But I don't think it should even be something that they should even take over. You know what I'm saying? Because, okay, watch in America, when that case was happening, when that police officer, all the things happening, what do the people do? They go to the person's house to protest. But I know that.
Yeah, but I don't want for you to see it as a case for Mo Ali to resign. That is not a resigning stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not asking him, but if they feel like it's so much a problem, then let the CPP address it. Let it have press conference.
But Mo Ali now went to the gate. Mo Ali now went to the gate as a Secretary General. Mo Ali went to the gate in his uni. In his uni.
Yes. So, but then what's the problem now? Why
the problem is that Mo Ali is a popular figure.
Okay.
Mo Ali is the Secretary General for the former ruling party, Unity Party. Mo Ali is not a small potato, quote unquote. So, for them to be giving more attention to that story, so they need to take full control of that story in her father's house, renting place, renting a hotel for this guy.
Okay.
As you listened to the assistant minister yesterday, she said, as you listen to her, she said that they have been keeping this guy in a confinement.
Okay.
So, I mean, let's just like...
No, but can I ask a question, right? Again, listen what I'm trying to say here. They rent a hotel, they put her in a hotel to do all of this for her fun. She and Mo Ali had a relationship.
I agree with you.
He already released a statement saying he would take care of the child, whatever. Now, in the country, we got other situation, problems, serious other problems going on.
I agree with you 100%.
Why these people focusing on this case? It's not a case to me. You and I say
it's not a case.
So why are they focusing on it? Because the reason why they're focusing on it, because it's all political motivated situation they want to turn it into. And why, meanwhile, other young girls and other young children have been suffering, going through situations. If you do it for one, you should do it for all. Will they be able to provide sleeping place for the other little girl who will come and say, oh, I slept with a man or I raped, somebody raped me, will they provide sleeping place for her? That's what I'm saying. To me, our priority pathway is shaped the wrong way. That's not how you're supposed to do it. If a man come and a woman come and say, yeah, we had a relationship, we love him, and something happened, once they confess it between the two. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
so that's how I look at the whole thing.
I agree with you 100%.
I don't know, man.
You know, Liberia, they think we run over with things that don't make no sense.
Yeah, but they're not waste of resources because other children need that investigation that they gave it to this girl. You understand? Other children need that kind of attention because they can't spend all the time and resources on the one case when the woman had a relationship with a man. Okay? But they got other little girls that who really going through something.
Like the killing of Melvin.
You see?
Like the killing of Melvin. Have the police come out at the EPS officer? Have the police come up with the investigation of how this gentleman was murdered?
You see? The whole population of Liberia, they were just based on Mo Ali sex tape and this girl. It's wrong, man. Come on, these people priority not in order. It's wrong. These are the things that journalists are supposed to focus on. But when they go into
but
people,
the journalists never pay.
They don't ask the proper question. Because they should ask them, why are we focusing on this? There are other things to be done in the country. The woman admits to having a relationship. The man admits to having a relationship. Okay, if the CPP know that Mo Ali violated the active rule, let them take that into consideration to do what they have to do with him. But at the same time, that relationship, but they provide hotel, provide sleeping bed, paying a tuition, where they do it for another child. Because as we speak, there's more other local dating young men having babies in our country, where father not taking over. Are they going to do something for the other girls? You see what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
So that's my whole thing. I think our priority is in the wrong order. So that's it. That's my thought to this. Thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Keep a call coming on 215-578-1050 or 215-824-8124. I mean, I agree with my sister. You know, our country, instead of then directing our resources on issues, on the main issues, on issues that need attention. By the way, I'm not saying in what the police did, they were wrong. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But let me thank Honorable Musa Hassan Belede for going to Nimba and meeting with the people. As we're speaking right now, Musa Hassan Belede have volunteered to settle all our brothers and plate that was burned, the property that was destroyed. Musa had promised them. And I want to say thank you very much to Musa Hassan Belede. He is a leader. I don't care what you have to say about him, but Musa Belede, he is one of us. He is a genuine leader and he deserved a lot of praises. Now, you know, the CDC, I never knew. Let me play that clip one more time. Talking about the CDC chairman.
Okay, let me say good afternoon and a very warm welcome to this special interview with Omer Dada Yeke, who claims to be a former friend of the now chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Morba Molu, but is claiming that he has been abandoned by Morba Molu, quote unquote, allegedly abandoned by Morba Molu. He walked this afternoon to Ria TV studio to explain his story. So I'd like to say, Omer Dada Yeke, good evening, welcome to you. Are now live on Ria TV.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. So just go ahead now, call your name.
I'm Dada Yeke. Okay.
From where?
From Diporo, presently.
Okay.
Diporo, presently.
Presently, how long you been living in the Duporo area?
I've been living there from last year up to now.
All right. What brought you to this TV station this afternoon?
What brought me to this station is that what my mother did to me is very much ungrateful. When I did that in the morning, my heart can go there. I've been thinking, what?
Why you say Mama Molu is ungrateful?
Yes.
You know him?
Mama Molu and myself lived together for many, many years, from Chatterton to Eddie Town. He and myself put together.
You all lived together where?
In Ghana Ville, right behind MTA. Okay. MTA. In Jim Lamakat, former Senator Cat, Patrick. Umahin, I was working there, allows he maybe to be a caretaker of the whole Patrick.
Now, explain, how did you get to know Mother Molu?
After I get the whole place, and I walk on the road one day, and I saw Mother Molu in a power shop, right to the junction of Tuesday Factory. He have a power shop there with zinc around it.
You used to have a barber shop?
Yes. That was his living.
What year? You can remember what year is that? Was that?
I think we cut it right now.
Oh, it's a long time. But you say Mama Molu used to barb at Chicken Factory Junction?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get in contact with Mama Molu? Are you in? Do you have a relationship with him?
No, I used to go there. And I know him. I knew that he was a lawman. I'm a lawman man. Okay. So when I got up there, I went to him and said, man, what happened? I got a play. Comes and see the play. He went there to see the play, and he one of the storeroom where we used to keep the chicken feet. He was living.
You say you gave him a storeroom?
Yeah.
Morba Molu, the chairman of the CDC, said he once lived in a storeroom?
Yes, at the Tato.
Which part of Ghana is that?
Ghana I said right behind MTA. MTA. That car road I go all the way beyond MTA.
And you gave him one room there, storeroom?
Yes, he must have.
Okay.
He was living there.
Continue the story.
Okay. He was living. Then my wife and myself, we didn't make no fuss. Nothing. The brown people were here. We made no fuss. Nothing.
Let me get a clarity.
Yes.
When you gave him that storeroom, allegedly behind MTA, how long he lived in that storeroom?
We lived there almost a year.
Okay.
Yes, brother. Yes.
So what was he doing there in that storeroom? What was he doing? What was his life like?
He left like when you from there, you go to a power shop. From a power shop, he come home. That's what he's observing doing. You are not doing all the work. Like making garden, all the things.
But you say you were the main breadwinner.
Yes.
Yes. Explain that.
The breadwinner when white left with all my children are frustrated. Okay? I run after her for her to come home soon. It was not easy for her to come. So I don't want sometimes I used to buy rice or couple rice for here myself to eat. I thought I get his door to burn. I get his puppy door to burn for me to go sell it. While he burn it, I go to you for to go make contact for go to come and buy pieces.
By the time you were in school?
You Molu?
Yeah.
No! I didn't meet a man in school. Nothing.
You have family?
No! No family. No girlfriend sick. No. After some time we sit together, I heard that a girl born for him, water sack. Burning girl. And the child didn't live. So when I heard that, I said, let's go there. And he said, I can't go there. I can't go there. Like I can smoke, like I can drink, so I can't go there. And he want money for the time he wants to live together. He can drink, he can smoke. So I forget I couldn't force myself to go. I didn't know the area.
Okay. Let's move forward. So actually, continue with the story.
So, I hear myself living together. After my wife left, I was a breadwinner for him. Okay? I always used to try my best to get food. I always used to try my best to get food. But then, this week, he told me, say, let's open a church. Oh, you know money? Want to open a church? I said, Mama Manu, I buy flour from Baptist church. I will eat keep with my bread.
You said Mama Manu told you
they open a church.
You should join and open a church?
Yes. I said, my man, is it getting rough? That is rough, it's getting rough.
Let's take our next call. What is your name and where you calling from?
My name is Sam. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Sam, go ahead.
So, anyway, thank you for having me on your show. So, well, I think there's a need to discuss something important that affecting the country. Instead of talking every day, talking about people's personal life. So, the issue about Augustina is that first of all, she is not a kid. Augustina is about 20 years of age.
Yes, she is 20 years.
Okay. And at the time she had been loving to Mo Ali. Does she knew that she could get pregnant? And which, of course, this is not the first time.
Because I believe that she knew because Mo Ali was not having sex with her with condom. So if Mo Ali were having sex with her with condom, then people will say, yes, indeed, she never knew that she could get pregnant. But Mo Ali was not having sex with her with condom. That was a proof.
And then, well, here's the thing again. And then Mo Ali too, he knew that, on the other hand, Mo Ali want to protect his own relations. I know he's legally married, he got a kids and wife and stuff. And then, don't you know that Mo Ali in a serious relationship, like the man trying to protect his home. And then when I monitor and then I observe my mother was talking like, oh, my daughter is so good, my daughter is that, my daughter is this. I was like, all the time you have been seeing your daughter. First of all, not just to form a child. All of the time, I know your daughter is so much respectful to you, but all of the time you have been seeing your daughter as a grown-up person, 20 years of age. When that she have bringing her boyfriend and say, oh, mommy, this is my boyfriend stuff. You have been seeing nothing like that with your daughter. So all of the immediately she getting, so all of the times she have been getting stuff from Mo Ali. She bringing it or she enjoying herself with it. There was no talking. But when it reached to the bad one, that's the time everybody want to start engaging Mo Ali because Mo Ali is a probably feed you the man do this. Probably that get to get. I don't know. I don't want to be a hand, but I don't know if someone else's girl are pregnancy and she just wants to look at more everybody. She said, okay, let me just attach it to somebody that I can benefit out of. That's why sometimes when they get when they play game. Yeah. It happens in so many cases. If you feel that the other person cannot help you, you look for somebody. That's
Yeah, but who is to prove whether the pregnancy is from Mo? Mo is not to prove that. It is the girl because a woman know who pregnant her. Am I lying?
That's true, they know, but sometimes they know, but they want to play game. Right now, if you tell that girl, say, hey, after the whole thing, we're going to do the DNA for the child, if she will be, some fear will be there too. She will want to.
But DNA will be done, whether she like it or not. DNA will be done.
Right. We have to make sure, and that be so. If the DNA come out different way too, it will be another issue again to be discussed. You see, I mean, elaborate issue is just so much. Yeah.
Complicated, right?
Yeah, it's kind of complicated stuff, man. Yeah. But anyway, let me let you go, man. Thank you, brother AB. Thank you for the show.
Yeah. Okay. Kora, what is the name and where are you calling on from?
My name is Margaret, and I'm calling from Georgia.
Margaret, go ahead.
I am speaking to the caller. I'm on that just called. Why is it Augustina needs to be worried about Mo Ali's home? Isn't Mo Ali supposed to be worried about his home? Didn't he know he was married? They didn't even know he was sleeping with someone without protection. Why is it always the woman's place to to protect herself? Augustina is a young girl. Okay? She's a young girl. And I'm sure she's looking forward to have a child. She was. So if she goes out with a man who doesn't care about that, why does she have to worry about that? Why does she have to worry? Why do they put women down like this? Why are women talked about in this light? Augustina was afraid for her life. And I think she did, I believe she did the right thing.
Yeah, she did the right thing because she and Moore have had a discussion before, and based on Moore's response, that's what caused her for her to start recording. And the girl, fear was in her when she went to the police station. She went to the police station to go lodge more complaint. She did not carry more complaint for rape. She did not carry more complaint for sexual harassment. She carried more complaint based on their discussions.
For women to call on this show and talk about this girl not having any proper training and this and that, that is so wrong. She was just having a relationship with someone.
You know, everybody have their say. So you can call and be able to have your say.
And we should try to instill into our young girls and young men. That's how important it is. More Ali could have carried any kind of disease to his wife. As a young man,
I agree with you.
Yeah. Every young child, don't go there and start poaching. This is why this behavior has not stopped. Women are always to blame. And that is not right. Mo Ali is older than Augustina.
10 times.
He was going out with a girl 20 years old. So why you couldn't say, oh man, are you using any kind of condom? I mean, are you using any protection? Because you know I'm married, but when the girl gets pregnant, then he talks to her in that light. We got to take this off and blah, blah, or it's not going to be mine. That is wrong.
That is totally wrong. For more, number one, Mo Ali have a question for his wife. He have to answer questions.
Yeah,
there was some women that were saying on the talk show that if they were Mo Ali wife, they would leave him. No.
No, women don't do that nowadays. They don't. Why would she leave him? I'm sure they talked about it. That's why he has stepped up to the plate. You know? I'm sure he went and apologized to his wife for his behavior. But this is what happening to young women. Those men sleep with those girls, and they think they can just get away with it, get in later or nothing. But this time, this girl was smart. You know? That's just it. So I just calling to say that, and thank you for having me on your show called AB.
Thank you. Now I would like to come to the very, very end of the Manefson Naraka talk show. See you Monday. See you when I see you. Let me say thank you very much to Tanya and Seva. And let me say thank you to Margaret A. Moba, Margaret A. Dixie. And then let me say thank you to Fatmata Uma, and then Mapu Hill. Thank you very much. Let me say thank you to every one of you that tune in today's talk show, and see you when I see you.